Hi. Hey, hey, hey. We are live. Hi. Okay. JJ Wolf is out there practicing. I'm up top, and you are here. You're over here. You're right there. We're here. Everything's fine. I'm Mike. You know who you are. I know who I am. I think we're all good. How do I get to my chat? How do I get to my chat, y'all? It's a great question. Definitely need to get to the chat. There we go. Okay, now I can see the chat as well. I think there it is. Okay, everything's fine now. We've got the chat. We've got all of this. Anyways, good morning. Let me tell you why things are bad right now. Let me tell you why things are bad. I should probably tweet out that we're good. We're good. We're golden. Um, the biggest issue right now is that number one, Shenandoah Joe's, the fantastic coffee shop here in Charlottesville. I had to think about where I was for a second. They're closed apparently on Saturday because of work staff shortages, like so many different people. So they are closed. I then tried to mobile order. I was running a little bit behind. Tried to mobile order at the local Starbucks, and the three closest Starbucks, all the mobile orders were closed. So I am, for the first time in literally years, broadcasting without coffee this morning. I'm having to resort to a Diet Coke. It is infuriating. I mean, these things happen. My friend Andrew is going to bring a Starbucks later, I think. It's tough out here. How are you guys? You guys doing okay? Everything's all right? I mean, there's JJ Wolf. When JJ's got Stefan Kozlov today at 1 o'clock. I should probably change the title of this. We're not the titles. Yeah, we're you can see I'm obviously struggling. But JJ Wolf plays Stefan Kozlov here today. Not before 1 o'clock. That's after our doubles final. And then Alex Vukic and Vukic-Schnur for our other semifinals, which is not going to get a lot of hype. Padakin, thank you very much for the follow. Greatly appreciated. But yeah, it's going to be a really interesting day. I'm actually pretty excited to watch the doubles final. As you see, Will Blumberg there is hopping across the court. Will and Max Schnur have been absolutely fantastic today. And throughout this week and throughout the last month, they've been phenomenal. So I think they have a very good look here at potentially being into another title situation. Listen, Mr. Blumberg has only played, I believe, 6 events at this stage in his career as a professional. And it's crazy to think he is going for his 4th title already. That is just absolutely nuts to think about, that he's going for already a 4th title. He's playing very well with Max Schnur, and they form a very good combination. The fact that Max has just such an incredible, crazy range. The wingspan that he has is phenomenal, allows him to be incredibly potent there around the net. So that'll be fun against two veterans who have been through a pretty tough year for both of them, Tret Huey and Fredrik Nielsen. Freddie, of course, a former Wimbledon champion back in 2012, as you see them actually hopping onto court right now. Crazy Cajuns know that doubles final is first, and then we get to the singles final. You can see on the right-hand side there is our order of play. So I'm just getting to it, but yeah. So that one starts our day. Freddie and Tret, yeah, both of them have had rough years. First final of the year for both of them, which is tough to imagine with that kind of experience. Two guys who are former top 20 doubles players. So a wealth of experience in the big moments. So we'll see how that plays out in the doubles final today. Then at 1 o'clock, or not before 1 o'clock, I should say, it's probably going to be closer to what, 1:30 or 2 o'clock today. That's when you start getting to that JJ Wolf and Stefan Kozlov match. Now, that one in particular, I think has everybody pretty excited because of the fact that now you've gotten two matchups already, right? Kozlov winning in Columbus and then JJ winning last week in Las Vegas. I went back and tried to look at the stats and see if there was anything stats-wise that I could really pick up on. And frankly, the big thing was just for JJ, the first serve points, it was about a 20% difference in terms of the first serve points won for JJ last week versus when they played in Columbus. And so you wonder if he was doing something a little bit differently in terms of just the placement of the serves, whether he was targeting something a little bit different. I think obviously he's going to try to stick to whatever patterns worked last week in Vegas as he moves into this one being an indoor controlled environment, right? Neither one of them played particularly well yesterday. Kozlov with a 4-2 victory. I know it sounds very routine. A 4-2 victory over Emilio Nava, but he was the entire time he's like doing these practice swings with his backhand. He just couldn't get the range with it on that wing. So that was kind of tough to watch, but at the same time, I mean, again, he's just using his hands. He's redirecting traffic incredibly well. And Emilio, once he had the lone poor service game in the first set, after that, he wasn't able to kind of get to that same level again. So Kaz was able to control things. JJ Wolf's match with Tyson Kwakowski yesterday, 5-4, truly a bizarre one. Tie after he lost the first set, he served for it. He then kind of went into tie mode. And we've seen that before where he just kind of goes off the rails and it's so much about the emotional control more than anything else. So that was a very odd watch, and JJ didn't again play particularly well himself, but again he did exactly what he needed to get the job done. This is coffee. This is coffee stuff on my phone. I mean, this is the most crucial part of the day. Like, let me just ask you this question: how are we at a point? Like, I get the Shenandoah Joe's. It's a small business. Fantastic coffee. Seriously, it's like if I'm anywhere near this area, I'm going to find Shenandoah Joe's. I was hoping to buy some of their coffee today as well. That's not going to happen. So I'm going to have to figure out. Maybe I can go to their other shop. They have one other location, but the one near here is a little bit farther away from the city. I understand why they're closed. How are we in a situation with Starbucks that they don't have mobile order for like 5 locations? How does that happen? I mean, I know it's tough out there for a lot of people, but not only that, but the one that was right on the way, the store itself was closed. So we're talking no mobile order, and the store, the actual doors were locked. So you had to go drive-through. So like the drive-through was like, it was literally wrapped around twice. How is this happening? Anyways, on to the Vukic and Schnur matchup. Braden said to me after his match yesterday, 5-3 over Gunneswara, and he knew that match was poor. His win over Christian Harrison, despite the drama at the very end, again, not the highest quality matchup in terms of just level. So he's coming in with 2 matches over the last couple of weeks that are just maybe a little bit off of his normal level, right? So as a result, you just kind of have that feeling, okay, where's he at mentally? Is he able to just kind of reset, get things going in the right direction? The big thing for him, right, if he serves well, everything is going to be fine. It's going to at least look pretty fine, and he's going to have a lot of easy holds. Alex Vukic played well yesterday against Jack Sock, and most importantly, I think he played well against Jack Sock in the beginning couple of games. In fact, he broke Jack at the outset, the first game of the match. That's pretty crucial because then Jack goes into those situations where he's just like, oh, this guy's going to play the best match of his life against me. And then Jack kind of goes into the tank a little bit. So it allowed Vukic to have some easier service games. And then once Jack then also said that his left hip hurt, match was done, right? So it's a big win for Alex Vukic. And he's had a lot of opportunities over the last 2 years now. This is the 6th career semifinal for him. He only has one previous finals appearance. That was against Adrian Manarino last year in Monterrey. Very difficult finals matchup, and I think no matter who comes through on this bottom half of our draw, either Vukic or Schnur, whoever comes through is going to be the underdog against either Stefan Kozlov or JJ Wolf in tomorrow's final. Questions, comments? This is the place to do it. We've got about 5 more minutes just to chat before we get to our doubles final. Any questions you want to get to, this is the time to do it. We are going to be heading to Knoxville. A lot of the players are already there getting ready with qualifying, I believe, starting tomorrow. So yeah, it's going to be a very quick turnaround, especially for a lot of these guys who are here this weekend. In terms of the speed, if memory serves, we're going to be going from this one is a pretty moderate indoor court. Next week tends to be a little bit slower, as well as Champaign. So in theory, that's going to be the biggest difference over the next couple of weeks. And again, you're seeing that we are in the final preparations here. Court has been cleared. The last couple of swings over on court 9 right now. I can actually swing this around, right? Down there. There you see the actual doubles competitors getting in their warm-ups. Freddie Nielsen and Will Blumberg on the right side, the far side. And Max Schnur and Tret Huey on the left, getting in their final last couple of clicks before we go. Again, Blumberg and Schnur certainly come in as the more hot team, the more in sync team, the team that is just playing it at a phenomenal level. But you also have to give a lot of credit to both Mr. Huey and Nielsen for their incredible experience over the years. Tret, 5-month-old little one who I anticipate will be here. This will be the first final for his son. I'm pretty sure it's a son. Eric Munson has joined us in the chat. Welcome in, Mr. Munson. Eric we joke a lot. He's a good friend. Okay, friend. Eric posted, if you go check out on his Twitter account, he posted some of his forehand swings. And it's this weird forehand swing where he takes this massive wind up and then gets to about here and stops. So it's this incredible take back, stop, and then back through. And it's just like, well, either you keep going or you just start here. Because this is pointless. You either start here or it's consecutive, continuous. Or start here. Just go Manarino. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. All right, let's get you back here onto, oh wow, that's good. This high-level camera work right here. This is our Brenda Meyer Center Court. This is kind of cool. Yesterday, you're very welcome, Eric, anytime. But seriously, you do one of those two things. Either go full circle or start Manarino. One of the two. It'll just make your life a lot easier. There was somebody yesterday who came up to me and she said, thank you for doing the broadcast. I'm like, sure, I'm happy to do it. It's my job. I love doing it. It's great. She said, I came from West Virginia 4 hours away because I didn't realize that there was a tournament this close this week. And I said, that's amazing. And she said, on top of it, my name is Brenda Myers. And this is the Brenda Myers court. And so she's just like, I have to come now. I mean, it's my court. I have to come watch it. So she was here all day yesterday watching the action. It was really a lot of fun, and she seemed just so excited to be here and happy to be here. And again, it's just one of these things like if you happen to have a challenger or a futures event in your area, just go be a part of it for a couple days. If you have the capacity to help out with their social media or something along those lines, that would be even better, right? But right now, especially here in the States, I mean, we could really use all the help that we could get. With that, I'm going to sign off here because once the stream starts, we got to stop streaming here. But you know where to find the stream. The USTA Pro Circuit home page is the best place to get it, especially when we have multiple courts streaming. You can find it there. You can find it on livestream.com, USTA's website. You can find it on the ATP's website, wherever you want to find it. Doubles final, Kozlov, Wolf, Vukic-Schnur. We'll talk to you in just a